For network service industry, we mainly focus on online education, fresh food e-commerce, and internet medical. The following two pie charts represent the proportion of online education in the mid-tier cities and lower-tier cities in the whole online education before and after the COVID-19 outbreak. Before the COVID-19 outbreak, the proportion of online education in mid-tier cities and lower-tier cities account for 32% of the total. After the COVID-19 outbreak, the number of users of the online education platform has increased significantly due to China's measure of taking classes at home. We can see the proportion of online education in mid-tier cities and lower-tier cities increased to 44%. Let's look at another graph. This bar chart represents market size and growth rate of China internet medical industry. Before the COVID-19 outbreak, market size of China internet medical industry continues to expand, and its growth rate continued to grow until 2019. In 2019, the growth rate of the market size of China internet medical industry started to slow down. Because there are no data for 2020, if we follow the trend shown above, the trend of this line will downward or flat. But we think the COVID-19 could increase its growth rate, so this line may show an upward trend. In the short term, this industry may great profit rather than decrease relative to other industries we talked before. For online education, after the COVID-19, the proportion of users in the low-level cities and middle-level cities of online education has increased by nearly 12%. Because of this, the online education platform can enter the market at a low cost, since they can spend little on advertising. Also, this online platform don't need to pay rent and some labor costs in the first quarter of 2020. This institution have made great profit by offering membership and some exclusive courses, and also make great contribution to the added value for this industry. For fresh food e-commerce, in the short term of the outbreak, it can benefit from the surge of orders and new users to generate revenue. In the long run, different industries and network service industry have different outcomes. The added value of online education may increase due to the elimination of some offline education institutions by the market. The concentration of online education has increased, which is more conducive to its development. The trend of fresh food e-commerce is uncertain. We don't know how receptive people are to fresh food e-commerce in the first quarter of 2020. So, in the long run, the number of users of fresh food e-commerce may decrease or increase, and the cost of maintaining the platform operation is quite large. The gross profit of fresh food e-commerce is relatively low, so it is difficult to predict the trend of fresh food e-commerce in the long run. The trend of internet medical industry may be upward in the long run because the scale of online medical industry is already large, and the COVID-19 has accelerated its growth. Based on what we have been discussed above, we can know the primary industry don't impact a lot by the COVID-19 in the short term. For secondary industry, the added value of various industries under it have been greatly impacted by the COVID-19 in the short term. Tertiary industry has suffered the most in the short term, especially the traditional service industry. However, due to the existence of new network service industry, some negative effects will be eliminated. In the long run, primary industry can grow like before. Secondary industry will recover rapidly and turn to normal. For tertiary industry, different industry and tertiary industry have a different development direction, but the most traditional industries and network services industries have positive change. The impact of COVID-19 on primary and secondary industry is limited, although the tertiary industry has been damaged. We think it will develop in the future.